Hey, and welcome to this video for SecuraLive. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the in-depth features of SecuraLive's Internet Security package. Okay, so here we have SecuraLive's Internet Security open. So once you open the software for the first time, you'll notice that at the top, there's a firewall section that is not available in the antivirus software. So we click on Firewall here. There's a number of different things we'll be able to do. So you'll notice that the first thing that's going to come up when we open up our firewall settings is categories. And here we can go ahead and check the boxes next to any of the material that we would like to restrict. So under unethical, for instance, we can restrict malware, spyware, hacking, things like that. So you can go ahead and check these boxes. Or if you want, you can leave everything as the defaults. So you can see we also have adult and controversial, computers and internet, business interests, and personal interests. There's even a category for unrated. So you can look through those different categories and find different material that you would like to restrict on the internet whenever you're browsing the web. Under application rules, we can add a new rule by clicking this add rule button here. So from here we can browse to the location of the file, and once we find that file, we would simply select the file and click on open to open that rule. That application rule will then appear in your application rules list. Under time restrictions, we can go through here and we can set specific times in which we would like the software to run. Alright, so under our time restriction section here, we can select a block of time, and here we can specify a beginning and end point, and you can see that we can either allow or block the content that we've made our settings geared towards. So any restrictions that we've made, we can either say that we would like those restrictions to take effect for a specific block of time, or we can say that we'd like those restrictions to always take effect except for a specific block of time. Under keywords, we can go ahead and type in a URL here, or we can put in as many keywords as we'd like and click this add button to continuously add those into our software. Now under the settings tab here, we have a number of different things we can do. Under protection, we have a lot of controls where we can enable or disable system protection, and we can determine whether or not we would like the antivirus portion to be effective, or the anti-spyware portion, whether or not we want low-risk programs to be enabled, things like that. So we can fine-tune all our settings here for protection under the Protections tab. Under Scanner, we can determine what we would like to scan on our machine. So we can scan a registry, processes, archives, low priority or high priority items, things like that. Under our Update panel, we can choose whether or not we would like updates to process automatically, or whether or not we would like to disable automatic updates. Under our Update panel, we can choose whether or not we like updates to process automatically, and we can go ahead and confirm the interval at which those updates will process. We can also look at our proxy server settings here and input the information for our proxy server with the username and password and apply proxy settings if we'd like to. For devices, we can specify which devices will be allowed. So if you have a USB flash drive or external hard drive or some other device that you're plugging into your machine that could potentially have a virus on it or be infected, then the software will know that it should protect against that device. Or if there are specific devices that you use often that you know are not infected and not at risk of being infected, then you can allow those devices in the settings here. Under the scheduler, you'll be able to select which days you would like to process your scans. You can also specify what kind of scans you would like to run on these days. So if you want to process a quick scan on certain days, and then on other days you want to process a full scan, you can make those changes, and you can specify the time that you'd like to do that as well. You can also specify whether or not you would like the software to automatically detect actions to take, or whether or not you would like the software to give you the option to decide. So if it does in fact find some sort of threats, it'll give you the option to either quarantine the items or ignore those items, or if you set automatically, then it'll automatically make the decision for you. Under logs, you can simply specify whether or not the logs are deleted, or whether or not they're going to be stored, and if they are stored, how long you want to store those logs. Notifications are important. Here you can go ahead and specify which notifications you're going to get and how long the notifications will appear for. So this includes notifications for virus alerts, scan alerts, and update alerts. Here we have our settings for our remote console, which we can enable or disable, and you can put in your server and port information here. And if you want to specify a password for the software, you can do that in the password section. Finally, under license, you can see the information for your product activation, and you can see how long your license is good for. In my particular case, I have a trial, and you can see that under license type, it specifies I have a trial license. So here, if I click on the Change License button, I'll be able to go ahead and create a new account with SecuraLive, where I'll be able to get a brand new license for a year with the SecuraLive Internet Security package. And that's all there is to it. Those are some of the settings and features of the SecuraLive Internet Security package and how you can configure your firewall settings. That's it for this video tutorial. Thanks for watching and have a great day.